speeding.
Sound speeding. Okay, we're in New Jersey. Let's do this.
Hello!
Hello, how are you?
Come on in.
Hi,
Brimley is ready to greet you. Come on in. Brimley will come in with you.
Okay.
To a house full of food in every possible place it can fit. I'm Erin Jeanne McDowell. I am a cookbook author, food stylist, and recipe developer, and I have a new pie cookbook coming out in the fall of 2020 that makes this kitchen smell like pie a lot of the time.
It does smell like pie. It smells awesome. Where do you think we should start, Erin?
I kind of would love to rip off the Band-Aid. If you want to go in my fridge, let's do that first. I fully believe there are two kinds of people. There's photos on the fridge people and clean, naked fridge people. And I take after my grandma in being a photo on the fridge person. That's her. That's my grandma. And that's her little house. I grew up loving cooking and eating there, and she had tons of photos on her fridge. Kansas. It's not that bad. It's pretty great. There's so much stuff that goes in and out of my fridge, like every day, every week. So it's always really full. I just had a dinner party, so there's a lot of dinner party leftovers. This is bacon jam. This whole thing is bacon jam. I love hot sauce. Obviously, you got your green Cholula. Green Cholula is superior to regular Cholula. Yuzu hot sauce from Trader Joe's. Trader Joe's has all the things you don't know you need until you go in there. Ooh, timer.
Oh, what is that?
Saved by the bell. No more fridge, just kidding. It is some cream puffs for a very fun New York Times cooking video where I'm making a croquembouche. I love Harry Potter. Okay,
Back to the
fridge.
Okay.
There are these things that I just can't seem to get myself to get rid of. This is a can of truffles. Oh, here's definitely something that's been in here for a long time. Pineapple caramel. I style Rosalie V. Berenbaum, the amazing author of the Cake Bible, her books. And this is a recipe in her upcoming ice cream book, and it is epic, and it takes a really long time to make it. I have been saving this to put over more ice cream, but...
Can I smell it?
Yes, you can taste it. I'll give you a spoon.
Yes.
Just watching you eat it.
This is ridiculous.
Pineapple caramel.
Goodbye, sweet friend. I think that Scott's also kind of jealous that he didn't get to have
Oh my
anything.
gosh, I do feel kind of bad. I just put it away.
Is there a little 3-minute snack that you could make us?
Yes. Is it okay that it doesn't have pineapple caramel,
That's
Scott?
fine.
Okay.
Is it, Scott?
I, not surprisingly, love carbohydrates. So I have a secret cracker stash at any given time. These are Carr's whole wheat crackers, which taste like graham crackers, but not as sweet. So the thing about being a food stylist and a recipe developer is I always have these exceedingly complicated things in my fridge. If I don't have bacon jam, it's something like pineapple caramel. It's something like truffles in a can that I needed for some shoot. I don't know, I might have an herb I could toss on there too. See, you add a little herb to something and automatically you've made it fancier. You wouldn't know that was leftover on a cracker. Cheers.
Yes, cheers.
Corn and ricotta and bacon, you're welcome. Corn and bacon together. Ricotta's like the funny friend that you invite to every party because they're gonna kick it up a notch. I really love that about ricotta.
We were just at a meeting and we called cheese savory fudge.
I get that.
Now can we go peek in your cabinet
Yes,
a little bit?
those I'm not ashamed for you to look at. Come on over. This kitchen is really a workhorse because it's my home kitchen. I mean, I cook dinner and breakfast and whatever here, but it's also where I develop recipes, do photo shoots, and when on photo shoot days, there could be 8 to 10 different dishes happening here. So many kitchens have so much unusable space, so I have lots of things in the back where you wouldn't be using that counter anyway. I loved this when I was a kid.
That's utterly horrifying.
I loved it when I was a kid. You'll notice it was in the back of the cabinet and not looking at me.
So many mason jars.
Part of the reason is that I use them for storage, but I also have like very specific jars for certain beverages. So like a shot of espresso I might do in here, a shot glass, or champagne mason jar. They're not all for alcohol though, I swear. All the rings are down here. When you use a lot of jars, you have all the jar tips. Oh, my husband is obsessed with knife sharpening, so these are all of his sharpening tools. These are his stones, some thermometers, my label maker, because I can't be caught without a label maker. This little thing makes sprouts. This is the salad spinner that every person who lives in an apartment needs to have because it's so small. And I do my herbs in here and they'll dry much faster, and it's like kind of the right size for a bunch of herbs as well. So that's cool.
Maybe one of the most prepared culinary professionals I've ever met.
We have a lot of tools, but we also are not really a fan of tools that only do one job for the most part. This little thing
Makes sprouts.
We also have this like horrible list of things that are really impractical for us to have, but that we want to have. And one of them we finally splurged on and got. It's in the next room.
Okay, let's go see.
You want to see?
Yeah.
It's a vacuum sealer.
Wait, hold on.
Here I come. I'll wheel it to you. It's so impractical. But we do use it. We use it all the time. Back into its hiding place where no one needs to know that I have it. Okay, what's next?
Okay.
We were in, oh, this is where I keep all my plates and also all of my dried mushrooms. Doubles of a lot of things because this is really a workhorse, this kitchen. So the same with the plates. It looks like a lot of plates, but on any given day, it's not normal for them all to be in there like that. Clearly, I emptied the dishwasher in preparation for your arrival. So this kind of goes along with my philosophy of finding unused space and finding a way to use it. So like, I'm not gonna use that space, so hang the KitchenAid attachments there. I always be mixing, basically. One of my favorite kitchen tools, and not just because I'm sort of a pyromaniac, I always be mixing, I always be lighting things on fire. Back there are all my baking tools, and there's like a couple particularly funny ones that are worth showing. Cherry pitter, which I also sometimes use for olives. This is a dough docker. This is my favorite brand of spatulas, but this spatula.
No.
And the thing is, this does so many things. Number one, it gets to the bottom of a ketchup bottle like nobody's business. Like, no more shaking that bottle. Everyone get one of these tiny spatulas.
But I was not prepared for that.
There's a surprise around every corner. I'm kind of a tchotchke person, so I have like a lot of very sentimental things. This was a cookie cutter that my grandma gave to me. There's a family recipe we have for sugar cookies. They have a small amount of spice in them, just like a whisper of spice, like spice. And these were the cookie cutters that her grandma used to make them when she was young. I keep that there as one of the things to help remind me why I love food and baking. Ooh,
Oh,
more cream puffs. Puffing all day.
coming to your house.
This tiny nook is where I keep my ruler that I use a lot in baking. My mom's dad was a woodworker, and he made these. You want to guess what that does? Do you know what it does? We've got the cream puffs in here, so you can do it in different ways, but
Whoa.
and then this pushes it back. This I had made when I was working on my first book, inspired by Downton Abbey, actually. Where the cook works in Downton Abbey, there was this incredible wooden thing that probably held like 5 dozen eggs. And I just thought, oh my gosh, I have to have something like that. And so I worked with a wood maker on Etsy to make this, and he asked how many dozen eggs do you want to hold, and I said 3 dozen, though it regularly has 4 or 5 dozen because we'll stack the eggs like this. As a baker, it's very important to always have eggs at room temperature, and that is what this is here for. And a lot of people say, is it okay to have that many eggs at room temperature? And to that I say, all of these will be used up within another 2 days. So yes, it is okay for them to be at room temperature.
Eggs or butter, what do you think you use more of?
Ooh, that is a hard question. I use a lot of butter for sure. Like just this week, and I wasn't even here for a part of this week, and we had to order 15 pounds of butter. Right now in the house, there are 9 dozen eggs in total. A lot of stuff comes out of this house. It's really good to be my neighbor
Where do you keep all of your ingredients?
That is a good question. There's not a ton of room in the kitchen for them. So there's a couple hiding spots here, sugars and like some alternative flours. There's that label maker coming in. And then I keep a lot of ingredients on the countertop like that are frequently used. I like to make infused salts, and that's the pink salt we sometimes grate when guests come over.
Grate your own salt?
Sometimes it's like fun as an interactive element. You're making me come off really extra here. You like can go over basically to someone's salad and like just do it like freshly ground pepper. It's like the same thing, but with salt. Plus these are so pretty. I also turned this, which was not really probably supposed to be used for this, but I turned it into a pantry.
Is this your HVAC?
Yeah. I'm definitely coming off as a hoarder. Like I'm realizing that more and more. But you know what it is? It's that all of you live in New York City in these tiny, tiny closets. Like your apartment probably looks like this, right?
It's smaller,
Is this your apartment?
Yeah.
So, you know, yeah, it seems like I have a lot of stuff, but that's because I live in the magical land known as New Jersey, where houses are bigger and I have a driveway. I'm seriously feeling like now my family's gonna see this and like be concerned for me or something. And we haven't even gotten to all the plates and stuff yet. Another cream puff break. How many cream puff breaks are too many cream puff breaks? This is my baby fridge, the Smeg. There's cardboard cake circles, and my cake turntable. And this is a jar of pie weights. Everyone thinks it's candy. And I kind of wish it was, because I wish I had the kind of kitchen that just had like cute things in it just cuz. Many days recently, this is totally empty because we have par baked like 13 pie shells, so anyway. You have normal things that everyone has in their house, like a speed rack. Cause I do a lot of photo shoots here at my house, I have these cabinets. This is when that is actually something, I used to call it my cackle box. It was all my cake decorating supplies. It is an actual like tackle box, but I put the piping tips and stuff in them, cackle box. Ice cream melts really fast, so these are like food styling tricks. So the photographer would have something to focus on and we could frame up. I would and he would focus on that then to get the angle right. And then I would come in and I would scoop the ice cream and we'd be all set. I don't actually collect a lot of cake stands. I mean, I know there's still a lot in here, but
Look at my 20 cake stands. I don't collect them.
This is called a pie safe. They're like little cake cones, but they're made out of porcelain. And then there's the baking cabinet, and that's the last thing I swear. Cake pans, pie plates, loaf pans, bunts on bunts on bunts. It's called the party bunt. At the very top, you'll see my sprinkle shelf. When we moved in here, I told my husband that the one thing I wanted was a shelf entirely of sprinkles. I throw this big gingerbread house decorating party every year for kids in the neighborhood. This one is literally just like a grab bag of Christmas sprinkles.
Look at the thing on the very top.
That's a French fry. That's a French fry cutter. That was a gift. That was a gift. It's absurd. I am a hoarder. I'm embarrassed. And also proud. It's beautiful. All right, so I think that's it, right? Thank you for coming to my kitchen today. Thank you for showing me that I may have a problem. But I mostly am excited to give people a glimpse into what it's like to work out of your house as a food professional. You gotta find that balance of making it both your home and feel like you, but also a place that you can get a lot done in. And that's what my kitchen is for me. So thanks for coming by. You're welcome anytime. You're coming over a lot. You know where I live. You'll be back. Bye. Oh, Brimley's very concerned you're leaving.